to the party with our friend Matt Montecucco. And Matt sent this in. And by the way, well done, Matt. So many people, you all are sending these videos to us, and they're all about full swings. I want to see some bunker stuff. I want to see some chipping and pitching stuff. And I want to see some putting here, because you can't believe how effective this is going to be. When we show you what's going on here with Matt, this is going to make you pay a little bit more attention to your putting and to sending the videos to us, all right? So send those along. All right, here's a look at Matt. Good setup position. Weight distribution, very, very good. Has the forearms in line with the club shaft right here, so this is excellent. You can see those forearms going right down that line. That's a great setup position. And as we start, we always pay attention to what's going on with our address position. And then let's look at his eye line. So when we go down here from the eyes, his eyes are right sort of on the heel of the putter shaft. I love that position. If they're on the ball, that's fine. If they're on the heel of the putter head, that's fine. If they're slightly inside, that's fine. Where we can't have them is out on the far side of the golf ball. That's when you get into real trouble in your address position with putting. So let's go ahead and watch this putting stroke. Pretty good. Misses right. Now, hold on a second. Let's bring this back. I'm going to stop this at address right here. Actually, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to go just like that. Set him up at address right there. Now, here's the deal. When you guys are sending this stuff to us, give me separate things. Don't put them all together. Give me separate. So film one and then film another, okay? So this is the face-on look, what we have here. And when we look at this face-on position, what it looks to me is that Matt is almost leaning backwards. That's one thing that we don't want to have. We want to make sure that we've got some weight leaning forwards, and we're going to get to that in a second. So he's got a little bit of a weight shift back, and then when he starts to move through this hit, he's going to have some weight movement. Now, you probably can't see that at this point, but let me go back to the very beginning in his address position right there. What I want you to see in the address position, when he comes through to impact...
Dude, I thought this was messed up when I saw it on your video. He's going to come through and
he's going to make impact with that golf ball. What I want you to see right there is that the golf ball right there, the impact of the ball is out on the toe. So when he's coming into the hit, he's impacting the golf ball, not in the center of the face, but out on the toe. And when you're missing the center of the face, you're missing your ability to control distance. And if you can't putt with speed, if you don't understand how to control distance, you don't have a chance to make a putt. So what you can see right there is that his shift is actually back. Now, what I want you to watch, and I'm going to show you address position right here, and then impact. So here's impact, here's address. Impact, address. And what you can see is, watch what's happening with his weight distribution. Watch what he does. His arms move in, and his weight moves back. Everything is moving away from the ball through the strike there. Again, I'm going to show you. That's impact. That's address. I'm sorry, that's address. That's impact. Here's address. Impact. So you can see there's a lot of movement going on. And when you have that kind of movement, you've got a problem. So we've got a number of things that we're going to address. We're going to get to that in a power three. And this power three is presented by TD Ameritrade. Okay, we showed you what he's doing at address. At address, I'm going to get this out of here. At address, what he's doing, Matt's leaning backwards. So when Matt leans backwards like this, he's putting his weight on his right foot. He doesn't have any stability. You need to have stability when you get set up to hit a putt. So Matt's setting up like this with his weight back, and then when he comes through, he doesn't have the stability to control the weight distribution, and as a result, he's moving back to his heels and impacting the ball out on the toe. And what happens when he does it, in Matt's case, is he's pushing the putt to the right. And we need to make sure that that is contacted in the center of the face. So we need to make sure that the shaft of the club is leaning forward, which is going to be one of the things that we're paying attention to. But that's predicted by the weight distribution at address being forward. So Matt, what I want you to do and what I want everybody to do is feel like you've got 60 to 70% of that weight on your left leg or your forward leg. So you're going to get set up here like this. Okay, that's going to make that stable. All right? Now, We need to make sure that the shaft is leaning forward. Such a crucial thing to impact this ball properly for the shaft to lean forward. When we have the shaft leaning backward, we add loft onto the face. And when we have loft on the face, we hit a low impact point on the ball. And that's going to shoot the ball up into the air. And many times with the heel traveling too fast, we'll push the ball to the right. So what I want you to do is I want you to have the weight forward and I want the shaft forward. So we've got weight and shaft in the forward position. And that's going to now allow us to strike that ball properly and create some topspin, okay? And then the final thing that we battle, what Matt's battling is he's hitting the ball out on the toe, okay? So this is a little device that I came up with. It's what I call the putting sword. And it's great for teaching yourself how to strike the ball in the center of the face, plus also line up properly. There's a lot of things that this is going to do. So I'm going to set that putting sword right down the line right there. And you can see that that's dead in line with the hole. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a ball right back here. But before I strike that ball, what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice this. And I've got the line in my putter. And as I strike through this sword, I want the center of the putter or the cavity to be in that sword the whole time, particularly when you've got like a 3 or 4 foot putt. So as I'm doing this, what you can see is that the center of the putter or the cavity of the putter is in that sword the whole time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my forward shaft lean, get my weight distribution, and then I'm going to focus on making sure that that putter, you can see right there in that holding that finish position, that the cavity of the putter is right in the sword. So many of you, when you're coming through, you're moving back like this. This is what Matt was doing, coming through the strike, and then his weight was shifting back, and all of a sudden he's out here. If I do that the way Matt was doing it, and I let my weight shift back this way and I go like that, what you can see is that ball jumps off to the right side of the sword and I miss that putt. So what we want to do is we want to focus on these 3 things that Matt's struggling with. And again, I'm going to go over this for you. So the first one is that the weight distribution at address is leaning onto his trail leg. He's back here like this. I want to get that weight in the forward position. All right, so weight's going to be on the forward side, 60 to 70% on your forward leg. Then I want the shaft of the golf club to be forward. So weight forward, shaft forward. And you can see right there I've got that putter shaft leaning a little bit. And then the third thing that we're doing is we're making sure that the center of the putter face is staying in the center of the sword the whole time. So as we do this, we go down that line, and what will happen is when you put this onto the putting sword, if you mess this up, the ball's going to come off the sword, and it won't go into the hole. We send that down the sword, it goes right down the track and right into the hole. A very, very beneficial tool for you, and I'm telling you, I spent a lot of time trying to come up with this. It's been fantastic, okay? All right, Matt, thanks for sending it in, and get those putting things into us. All right, we've got a quick fix here for us. This one is coming from